Trade Talk, powered by Novex Finance. If you are here, still listening, still showing up, what can I say? You're better than a cockroach. Cockroaches only survive nukes. You survive nukes and you survive criminal activity like CZ, SPF, and all these terrible characters in crypto that have us in this state of this market. But you, Trade Talk enjoyer, are understanding that this is the opportunity where you truly accumulate more and really get to what you're trying to get to, which is financial freedom, baby. The answer. Trading is the answer. Novex is the answer, of course. So we definitely want to see you trading on here. We're going to get into the market, get into a couple, just different, things that we have. And we're going to have some fun today, baby. It doesn't feel like the world is having fun. Well, let's change that, baby.
Deep in the pines, no Wi-Fi, just vines. Charts spread out, Fibonacci designs. CME gaps like ghosts in the mist. Candles burn slow, every wick got a twist. Solitude, silence, he carves out the play. Bear bully dances, no steps go astray. Alpha moves sharp like a hawk on the prowl. Numbers don't lie, he's the wolf with the howl. Clutch in the shadows, move so divine. Forest in the market, both intertwined. Catching that green while the trees sway fine. Legend on the charts, his name's a shrine. Heard the wind whisper, shorted along. Wrote a sonnet and leverage a charting song. Green candles sprout like moss on the bark. Red candles drip like blood after dark. Hedge fund whispers, they envy his grit. Trend lines obey when his cursor's lit. No discord noise, just the owl's debate. He swings like a pendulum, never too late. Monotone scatter, his trades leave a trace. Charts in his mind, no screen to replace. Cold air bites, but the profits stay warm. Market storms rage, he thrives in a swarm.
Charts light up, glow brighter than the Vegas Strip. CME gaps, got the streets on a crypto trip. Candles dancing, wigs slicker than the hustle's drip. Novex moves silent, no need for a clip. Legend in the trade, fingerprints on the block. Blockchain buzzing every tick like a Glock. Defy dreams, I'm stacking on that E-Rock. Wallet full of alpha keys, turn never lock. Novex Finance, where the game gets flipped. Candle pattern sparking every chart we grip. Decentralized hustle, never sink, never slip. West side grind, making coins do flips. Bulls charge hard, bears lurking in the fog. Patterns in the smoke, I'm the wizard with the log. Fibonacci spirals, I'm the code in the cog. Crypto moves sharper than a diamond-studded dog. Green and red candles, paint Picasso on the screen. Liquidity pools deep, pockets never lean. Well swim silent, but I peep the scheme. Alpha moves nightly. Cashing out the dream, from the Satoshi code to the ether's flame. Novex rewrites rules in this money game. Charts speak the gospel, prophets proclaim. West side rider, blockchain my plane.
Yeah. Top down, top down, top down. Sun low, sun low, sun low. Got that, got that, got that. Novex glow, yeah, yeah. Screens green, heart slow, let the whole day roll. Early in the AM, coffee in the same cup, watch list loaded. Everything framed up, charts on chill. Moving like a slow jam, playing so clean, I don't even need a boast, man. Wrist tight, yeah, the downside light. Let the market do its thing. I ain't gotta fight, cause the rules in place like lanes on the freeway. Novex on the dash, I just ride how the beast sway. Trail stop set while I laugh with the homies. Alerts hit off on my wrist like it know me. No chase, no race, just grace in the guideline. Platform do the heavy, I just live in the right mind. Novex on my mind, I'm cruising through the day so smooth. Money on the line, but I'm moving like I can't lose. Game stay up, line got a plan so I can choose life plus grind. That's the groove I use, Novex on my mind. Yeah. Used to let fear talk loud in the background. Jump in, jump out, every little tick down. Now I zoom way out, see the whole big frame, let the noise burn out. I don't play that game, I split win, stack small, let it grow in seasons. Lost come, know the down, walk off with a reason. Discipline drip like the chrome on the rim, shine step by step, turn a side hoe to a real climb. Tell my people you can build while you breathe easy. From the phone or the home where the waves breezy. Tools in the hand, but the mind is the real wealth. Novex on the screen, put belief in your own self. Novex on my mind, I'm cruising through the day so smooth. Money on the line, but I'm moving like I can't lose. Game stay up line, got a plan so I can choose. Life is grind. That's the groove I use, Novex on my mind. Yeah. From the first little trade to the big time vision, from the late night doubts to the clear cut decisions. We just scale, stay patient, let the process talk. Novex in my hand, but my heart do the walk. Yeah. Novex on my mind. Novex on my mind.
Yeah. After I've already been from exactly. He's trying to call me. He was trying to call me a freeloader.
In the long clutch.
Got the hot mic. Don't say nothing embarrassing.
Thought that was part of the song for a second.
Clutch came home. Yeah, the king touched ground. Smart digging table, whole squad still around. Trade talk, war talk, shit talk, memes. We coming in clutch, that's the only regime. Forest to the feed, pines to the screen. Numbers stay cold, but the circle stay mean. Hard cheddar on ice, alpha in the steam. Night shift begins, forever supreme. Back from the woods, frost still on the bed. Chickens in the yard, but the signal crystal clear. Laptop on the stump, gap fill like a spear. One bar from the pines, make a timeline disappear. I've been gone a minute, y'all held it down clean. Still raising my food, still killing the dream. Snow on my boots, red candles in my past, but the table's still set for the ones who last. They want fairy tales, I serve rays of truth. Smartest legions in the room since we jumped the booth. Yo, Andrew still here, yeah I'm cool, I'm straight. Roasting bread bags while I calculate. Coffee blacker than a blown out trade. Talk mad shit, but the P&L never fade. The P&L never fade. Cave door swing, beard full of cold and frost. Rug for the lesson, never count the cost. Chaos my religion, silence my exhaust. Smart DJ chaos, we the final boss. I speak in ticks, I watch decay. Gap like rent that the crowd gotta pay. Clutch say hush, whole room obey. Still counting candles while the weak ones pray. Sunset bleed red like a liquidation map, but the council still deep when the real ones rap. Trade talk turn war talk in the same breath. Smart DJs only, everybody else is death. From the forest to the space, the same creed, same team. We show up so you don't gotta, but you probably should have been here. Clutch came home, now the table complete. Smart DJ Legion can't take the seat. Trade talk, shit talk, whatever the vibe. We coming in clutch till the flatline arrive. Wi-Fi through the pines, signal never weak. Hard charter stay cold, mind sharp like a cleaver. Night shift martyrs still holding the ether. Welcome home, king. Now we feast forever. Alpha don't knock, it just walks back in and owns the whole room. Refresh, still here. Final run out groove. Run out groove. Run out groove.
baby. We are here live on Trade Talk. Let's tap in and check in with the homies real fast. There's not too many of us left. I don't know how often we're really gonna, get too many people up here, as the bear market really just tends to destroy people, wreck their portfolios. Many kept buying for months. We are on 7 green monthly candles in a row on USDT dominance, and I personally have been only buying when absolutely necessary. But there is just a lot of people that, what can I say? They want to be right more than they, really care about their portfolio. So they're not always connected. And oftentimes those things can't be true at the same time, because what you want is what the space wants. And it's usually not what helps your portfolio. But hey, it is what it is. The people still left behind will continue to, help give out this TA, continue to be there. And not to mention, we do have a companions trading app that will be launched with for Novex to go alongside with your trading journey. So a lot of fun stuff we've been working up, just like every other bear market in which all we do is just build, build, build. No reason to be wasting time doing, chasing the glamour of the trenches. Andrew, have you been marked safe from the glamour of the trenches?
I've been marked safe, man. I patiently have been awaiting my entry. Maybe I'll adjust it after trade talk today. You never know. But sometimes the right play is no play, right? I'd rather have money than hopium. But that's just how I roll. But guys, what's up? This is Trade Talk. If this is your first time here, welcome. We do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So regardless of where you're tuning in from, make sure you like, sub, follow, hit the comments. Just goes out everywhere, man. Kick, X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, man, we are everywhere. So whatever you guys want to learn, make sure you hit the comments and let us know. And I'll hip you guys to how these episodes go down. These episodes are all about getting to the money. We stream a lot of poker, we stream some video games, I stream a little bit of chess. But on these episodes, it's all about, figuring out how we can stay ahead of the market and make some money off it. So I throw out a check-in question for every episode. We throw it around, check in with everybody. And then we throw it over to Clutch. He's going to look at the charts. He's going to let us know what he's seeing. He's going to call a range for the day or the next 2 days. He's going to call a direction for the next 2 days. Then he's going to call or try to call a trade of the episode if we can get one. And that's how we get down here. But guys, let me throw out my my check-in question for everybody. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about Novex, where we trade and where we got this awesome app that Clutch has been making coming out. But guys, my check-in question for the day, even though there's only a few of us here, but I noticed this morning that ETFs are filing to be able to trade prediction markets, particularly the prediction markets associated with politics, and I think they're actually mostly looking at elections from what I see. But that's interesting to me, and I think it pertains a lot to the crypto market because we've been banking on this. On this ETF liquidity really since the ETFs got announced last year for Bitcoin. And if we're being honest, ETFs have really what caused every pump. Sailor and ETFs coming in, and I think Sailor money is similar to ETF money at this point. But what do you guys think, man? Is this gonna hurt the crypto markets, some of this ETF money flowing in the prediction markets instead? I think that's super interesting and something I didn't expect this fast. But I'm curious what you guys think and how you guys feel about the impact of that one. But let me tell you guys about Novex real quick, guys. Novex is the people's exchange. It was built by traders for traders. It's awesome, right? It was put together by me, Clutch, and Ghost. And we've worked with everybody. when it comes to at least centralized exchanges and being affiliates and stuff like that. But there was a lot of stuff we liked, and there was some stuff we didn't like when it came to working with these other exchanges. So when we launched Novex, we took everything we liked and threw out everything we didn't, and came up with what we think is an awesome exchange. But what I think is particularly awesome about Novex is, as a whole, the traders on our exchange are profitable, and that's unheard of. You can look at any other exchange. I don't think you're going to find that. And there's several reasons why. The first reason why is we do Trade Talk every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. So like I said, like, sub, follow from wherever you're, and make sure you don't miss this. But more importantly, the alpha is why everybody's profitable is our Telegram. You need to jump in the Telegram regardless of where you're tuning in from. We're in there. I'm dropping alpha, Clutch is dropping alpha, Ghost is dropping alpha, and Clutch is about to start doing some teaching again, teaching technical teaching and all that good stuff, and really dialing people in. But that is why our traders are profitable, because we give the hand holding need and give you the trades. All we ask is, hey, just create a Novex account and trade on Novex with us. But yeah, guys, that's Novex. Get in the Telegram. We're gonna run it up. You should run it up with us. Just gotta click the button. All right, we'll tell you the button for clicking. But yeah, man, let's get into it. Let's throw it around. Who we got in here? We just got Alex today. Yeah, just got the homie out. Oh, Hermes is here. Oh, good to see Hermes. We got Alex. We got Hermes. We got Massimo.
Hermes is in here. Oh no, we're not gonna. Yo, what's up, Hermes, Mister? Let's make up lies about people that don't pay. Get the fudge out of here. What are you doing here, bro? Without messaging me first. How dare you? Get removed. Anyways. As I was,
I did forget. I did forget he did say that about you, but
yeah, So for people that may not understand what's going on, if you ever bust a hoe ass move without apologizing to me, no chance you get to come and kick it where I'm at. This hoe ass said he grabbed us a job one time in the past. This hoe ass told the person that he didn't get paid. All because that same person reached out to me about a potential job, and he took it as poaching because we're not friends anymore. Yet he's here. Hermes, that's not how life works, my dude. How about swallow your stupid pride, message me, and say, hey, you know what, Clutch? My bad, bro. You know what happens when you lose all your money because you're a broke idiot and you don't listen to all the people that were trying to give you so much encouraging alpha to help you not get to this point. I'll settle for an apology, and maybe, just maybe, I'll start allowing you to keep coming up here and kick it. But anyways, back on mute as I was. Screw people that don't understand accountability and don't understand that if you ever say some hoe-ass stuff like, I'm going to whoop your ass in front of your kids so they can know what kind of piece of crap you are, don't be a bitch ass and think you can just come up here and be that type of frickin' dude, just come up here nonchalant. Kiss my frickin', never mind. I'm not going to stoop to your level.
Can I come up there, Clutch?
He said, yeah, he wants to come up here to beat my ass in front of my kids so they knew what kind of bitch ass parent I was. Okay? So, yeah, all because this man, Hermes, oh, dude, Hermes wouldn't even last one round with me, Andrew. You already know this, but he mentioned.
I remember him saying that we didn't see him, whatever.
Yeah, he said that.
I didn't know he said that.
He said it's because he didn't say that in the chat with the guy that reached out about wanting to hire us again. He didn't know all what was going on, and Hermes took it as I'm poaching his customers. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Your customer. He would only get us customers because of my network, not his botted ass crap. Anyways, it is what it is, dude. But when he said that, that's when I removed him from all chats, all groups. I'm willing to let people slide, bro, and say whatever they want. But once you really want to, step in and try to hurt somebody, like, oh, he's a dad, let me hit him where it hurts. It's like, no, bro, just because I said you live at home with mom I'm not lying. But hey, don't worry, Hermes. Maybe one day you'll be lucky enough to see me in person again.
I want to start setting up Web3 boxing matches, bro.
Bro, it wouldn't even be fair. He's a tall, lanky kid, and I'm a short Mexican. It would embarrass Portuguese all across the world.
We're 40 though, man. We don't got the stamina no more. You pulled a muscle the other day, Clutch. We can't have you going down in a boxing ring.
You
we
know,
saw what happened with
I pulled my hammy, bro. But what Andrew's talking about is I don't have time for gloves anymore. Bare knuckle boxing now. That's it. There's no room
yeah.
for. Look at
So
this.
it's
Hermes derailed the show by showing his nasty face here. Hermes, how dare you? Really? All it could have taken was a text. Hey, bro, Uncle Clutch, man, my bad. You know, I was just steaming because I'm poor and I lost all my money. And Cookie went down, and you don't want to help me no more for free without, you know, without expecting anything. And please forgive me. I would have been like, yo, it's cool, bro. You are one of the kids that brought us some money in comparison to most others. I will admit Hermes is a job hunter type of guy. Probably
yeah.
not better than him. But my goodness.
Well,
My
hopefully he
goodness.
shoots you a text because I didn't know he said some of that, and
Well,
I
I
think
wouldn't have never told
Hermes
you,
has a
Andrew.
good.
I would have never told any of you guys that, but he showed his stupid face here. He caused this.
No, that's man, those are fighting words, so that's a different line to cross with somebody. But let's get back to the show. Let's get to some alpha. Let's talk about something that's gonna get us some money. And just since we got sidetracked for a minute here, a reminder: the check-in question. Sorry, guys. Reminder: the check-in question is ETFs just filed to be able to trade prediction, and particularly it sounds like they're looking at politics in the prediction market, focused on the elections. But how do you guys think this is going to impact crypto, man? Like, pretty dependent on that ETF money this time around. The bottom, but if they're putting it in prediction markets, they're first losing it in prediction markets. Is how this money going to flow into crypto? Like I've been told it's coming. But what do you guys think about this, man? We got to start with an American first on this one. Let's start with Massimo. Massimo, how you doing this morning? And what do you think about ETFs trying to make their way into prediction markets? You think it's going to impact crypto at all?
You know what? Honestly, that's a tough one for me because, I mean, obviously, crypto and Web3 in general, like notoriously, people are very opportunistic, right? So I don't think it hurts anything by them trying to capitalize on it. But I mean, I think there could be an adjustment, right? Because just like, look, the chart's adjusted once you could leverage trade crypto, right? Like market makers had to come up with a new game plan. So I guess, the real question would be, how does, how do those that are trying to prevent us from getting rich adjust in order to make sure that they're continuing to pad their pocketbooks the most, but I'm not surprised. I mean, I think we're just going to continue seeing everything and everyone get into some, these things. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because I think the biggest, like I said, the biggest potential adjustment is just going to be, does that change, where the market makers are, are how they're, how they're adjusting these charts, how they're playing with these charts or playing with these levels. So we'll see. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It's one of those situations where I think, I don't think initially there's going to be any change. Because I think with a lot of these things, anytime there's something new introduced to the market itself has to kind of see and feel how it works before they adjust. So, I don't think anything's going to happen in the beginning, but then I want to see where it goes from there. It'll be interesting, that's for sure. But it's something I'm definitely watching.
Yeah, man, I think you nailed it. It was only a matter of time till the people got their hands in it because the people that are making money, when they see us making money, they want a piece of it. I didn't expect it to happen so fast. And then you said something else that got me thinking a little bit. And man, like what if they, like a lot of the big runs in crypto have been tied to human emotion. you know, like hodl culture that started in Bitcoin, and then it expanded to alts, and then we saw it work in memes very briefly. You know, it worked, I guess, a couple cycles or a cycle and a half or whatever in memes, but it was a lot of emotion that really sent these things. And kind of what I was just thinking as you were talking is like politics. It sparks a lot of emotion in people. So if ETFs are putting money in prediction markets, particularly politics, I could see people really pushing their financer to be like, hey, you put it on this candidate, you put it on this election because I know we're taking it home, and get themselves over leveraged, which, you know, however you want to look at it.
You know,
But
actually, yeah, I'll say you just took it to made a good point to my point, right? Like, you know, I was at one point in the credit investment fiduciary, the office that we managed like 250 corporate retirement accounts and a bunch of individual wealth and stuff like that. And I remember in the very beginning, this is going back like 13 years ish ago or so, man, if you talked about anything crypto related, and it's like you were like immediately like invalidated, like forget it, like you're like, no. I remember I don't even remember exactly what I brought up, but it was something crypto, and it was, I can't remember what it was, but all I do know is everyone looked at me and they're like, this is a safe space to talk about that, but any client or anyone who's around whose money we are investing, like, we don't even speak those words. Like, it was insane how much that, you know, was just like, you couldn't talk about it. You immediately were just, you no longer looked at like a true accredited investment fiduciary. You know, it was wild.
no, I believe it.
That was wild.
I remember when me and my buddy, I might have told this story before, but we went into a bank to start a little LLC together. And he's actually into crypto now, but doesn't into it yet. And I was like, yeah, we want to accept crypto. And the banker's like, you can't accept fake money. And I was like, well, I mean, it's real. And they're like, it's not real. You can't just start your own currency. And I was like, why not? And the dude just like didn't have an answer for it. But yeah, I imagine like if you were actually working in those circles and trying to talk about it, you were probably shut down pretty quick with customers and stuff.
Yeah, big time.
Good to hear from you this morning, man. Keep crushing it on the charts, which you're looking at too. When we get to it minutes in the episode, let's
and by the way, real quick before we get to Alex, because I had to jump in because I know you were about to say Alex. Alex, good job stirring the pot and being the one to invite Hermes over here, even when you knew that I said screw that guy. Real British thing to do, but this is why I think you're not British and you're actually Irish, because that's actually a playbook right out of an Irish pub.
That is the Irish playbook.
I didn't know you said you say screw you to fucking everyone, man. But
no, that's not true. That's not true. You say that. I only say that about certain people. The people you try to bring me up, I tell you, screw all them hoes. You don't be saying, hey, look at all these strangers in Zimbabwe. I'll be like, oh, great people. They probably need better government and better infrastructure. You know? So let's not just say that, a generality, when we're discussing certain characters that you like to bring up. Anyways, again, well played, Alex. Nice little British pub joke you played on me there.
well, I have to bring some skill and a bit content to the program, obviously. What was the question again? Oh yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to more crime now. They're going to be bringing to the prediction markets. Great job. It's just going to be pure crime over there now. So it's almost pure crime now, but now they got the ETFs over there. They can just crime it up even more.
Well, Alex, what do you mean by crime? Can you please can we dissect this crime? Thing you're talking about?
Did you see the that Pokemon card that was on the prediction mark?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so like someone made a bet. You just put in a couple of million, someone bets, and you just get about 60 million. It's just,
That's it.
Easy way to shift your money. You're never gonna lose.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Just like, oh, I run it. No capital gains. Fuck this shit. It's genius. And now, now the banks are getting involved. Fantastic.
They really are amazing, aren't they?
Well, yeah. Nobody does crime better than the bank,
All right, guys, where the heck did I put all this paint and stuff?
Massimo's over there messing up paint jobs now. Wow, Massimo to 0 you go. Hi, Mikes. I love it. One of these days, somebody's going to say something embarrassing. But yeah, man, it is crime season with that. It's pretty funny how they kind of led with prediction markets will now start predicting the whole politics and political races. How is that not screaming just super manipulation, Andrew? That's crazy, bro.
So that was the first thing I thought is like this is going to be the most manipulated polls of all time next election.
Right.
Like it's going to be so hard to see through it. But the elephant in the room that we've got to address is Donald Trump. I didn't even want to make this a prediction market conversation like that. But if we're betting politics, there's got to be an added value on the no side that your average person, and I think even your average ETF trader isn't going to learn right away. And like I've just played with prediction markets to kind of realize this in real time right now. And there's a chance that Trump has a third term, right? Like if they find election fraud in Georgia from the C's files, if Trump just declares some type of insurrection and the election's put off, and in that situation, everybody loses their money. So like that could be the biggest extraction of it of time.
I mean, what will Bitcoin go down to if there's like a new America, third term, or he just will not leave office? Either of those two completely changes the Ponzi. We have now entered a new world, if that's the case, right? So we're kind of like an agreement.
I argue maybe it pumps Bitcoin.
Okay, so you take that take, I'll take that. It wouldn't. Why would it pump Bitcoin?
Zero faith in the US dollar at that point.
Okay, cool. I knew you were going to head there, but the US created it. The same country that's about to vanish created your awesome Bitcoin.
But you don't rely on the US to run it though. Like if
the liquidity does require it. Without that,
that's why I think it pumps though, because now you can't trade oil in US dollars. What do you trade oil in? Do you trade gold in?
Hold on, let me mute Massimo. All right, Massimo, mute your mic. You got a hot mic. If I mute him, it'll be permanent. All right, I'll just mute him. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. Just take him off. That's easier. When he'll request that once you want. No, I like it. So to me, man, like I do get that Bitcoin's gonna then start trading, but like where the issue lies is in the percentage owned by America. No matter what you try to debase it off of, it's based off of that falling country. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, ETF inflows, and all the supply BlackRock and all that has, then we know almost for a fact Satoshi is American. If Satoshi wasn't American, do you think Bitcoin would still be anonymous? No chance, bro. America ain't gonna freaking let you get away with something this big. I just feel, if America goes, so does the world that we know today, including digital future. Our digital future becomes completely different.
I think Bitcoin just transcends the dollar, and I do think there would be like medium term turmoil to where we see Bitcoin
Okay.
to go down to something like 8K,
Oof.
and it'd be like it's over. But then you just keep hearing about nations buying, and just dumping their worthless U.S. dollars for Bitcoin. And I think you'd see like that same situation I talked about, or when that you just wake
Right.
up and it's $1 million because like everybody dumped their U.S. dollars for it, and U.S. dollar is worthless, but the price of a Bitcoin is maybe even more than $1 million at that point in time.
So
But
so here,
and that could be a fantasy too.
right.
Yeah,
So
but
here's a
what would the purchasing power of the dollar be by then? Nothing.
right. Well, that's true, right? So that's why Bitcoin can't be too expensive. It will debase to what we currently know of its value and go into a true value of what's left. So the only way that I would be bullish on this story here that we're kind of fabricating is, say Bitcoin goes to 8K, Andrew, because Sailor gets liquidated, the ETFs get liquidated, all that fun stuff, right? So then you have all of America's stranglehold on it weakened, less can enter, buy it all up, and take those positions from you. So I could see that
I
being
don't
the
think you can
attack.
do that though.
You do what
The United
exactly?
States owns over 1% or about 1%.
No, right. If they cheated, that's how we would get down to. I'm saying they would have to cheat, and it would have to be a lot of American infrastructure that cheats to get us to that price, right? It would have to be MicroStrategy selling, Tesla and Elon selling, all the institutions, everything just
But I'm
collapsing.
talking about the U.S. government owns almost 1%.
Right. So what I'm saying is, in order for the government, what are they going to do in a crashing, everything's going to zero situation? They're going to liquidate it. I'm saying post that, the US government won't have anything. That's
I
the
don't
only
think they
way I can
liquidate the
see other
Bitcoin.
countries. Right. I don't think either. I'm just saying that that's the only thing I think based off of just the route. If we're going to head towards Bitcoin, will survive. The rest of the world will adopt it. They'll keep, buying it. America has to sell. No chance. Like, it's kind of like me taking over a CTO on a new token. I won't do it if there's whales in there. Why? It's stupid. They're gonna hoe me the second they can.
I just
That's all
think
I'm. That's all I'm trying to say.
I just think the infrastructure of the world where we're at today, there's got to be something that everybody uses. And right now it's the U.S. dollar, but if you lose faith in the U.S. dollar, I think Bitcoin is the shoe-in candidate, because for like oil transactions, you don't care about the fees. Even if they're thousands of dollars, like your average person, they might not use it, but that's how I think it could debase on, or I guess rebase things on that level.
Yeah, this is a whole bunch of hopium talk, honestly, though, because if America gets to that point, dude, and Trump starts taking over a new government, right? Because he's gonna establish a new government, right? So, do you think that government will be pro old America, pro let's get America to that's where the whole slogan "Make America Great Again," "Make America Survive," right? Like, do you think that's what kind of happens there, or like what's more likely to me is a reshifting of everything we know when it comes to the financial markets? It's all ran and controlled by America. I think they lose that.
I think it. I just think it becomes like a new digital dollar will be issued, and I think how much Bitcoin your country owns is going to be how valuable your dollar is globally.
Right.
We'll see. It'll be
We'll
interesting,
see.
man. There'll be some major turmoil if it debases like that. But it would
Oh
make
yeah.
sense that there was that big rush in the gold and silver. It didn't make any sense, and we saw it pull back like a meme coin.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. It's crazy to think about, but we are pretty close to that. 2028 is around the corner. Election season's next year, right? So they start later on this year with the campaigns and everything, right? Announcing candidates and all that fun stuff. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that does start this year, right? Or does it start next year?
Well, we have
What do you start?
midterms. Midterms are this year.
But that's not for the president, though. I'm talking about for all the presidential stuff.
We usually right after midterms is when people kind of
Okay.
start making their announcements and prepping for like the net big election, that comes in 2 years.
Right. So middle to end of the year. So, okay. Yeah. Kind of like what I thought. So, okay. Yeah. This is going to be an interesting next 2 years, man. If you recall, 3 of the craziest conspiracies I've ever said on recorded spaces were Satoshi is the Antichrist, Donald Trump will be killed. I was wrong, but I was pretty close. They tried to kill that fool. And then I think the third thing is the sitting president is gonna declare, a different world order. No longer are we America that lets fake corruption decide. America does not control the people do not control America. We're going to change that. So we're destroying this fake America and bringing out a new America. That's what I think the play is. And I would look on Polymarket. What's the percentage of Donald Trump just becoming like Putin, bro? I'm president until y'all kill me. We can go and see Trump now.
Let's say the odds right
president
now
for the
are at
next.
like 7%. 7 or 8%.
Damn! No way is that. You serious?
We'll check right now.
Bro, that's extremely high for that. Wow. Didn't that line up? What was his face that used to talk about that? That Trump wasn't really the 45th president. He's like the whatever. And that even when he wasn't president, he was still the sitting president, and he's been the president ever
Yeah,
since.
Daryl.
Daryl, right? But it wasn't Daryl's take. It was somewhere he was hearing it. But like the what's that one guy, the anonymous guy and all that stuff. These are
QAnon,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, the QAnon. Yeah, those are things that these guys have all been saying, and it was even discussed on the Joe Rogan podcast. So the fact that we're talking about this does not make it magical or a fairy tale. We're only talking about it because these conversations have already taken wind in all kinds of different circles, famous ones as well, not just little old nobodies like us. So it's a scary thought, bro. A reshifting and reestablishing of the world's
Okay,
financial
my bad.
markets.
Donald Trump is listed at 3% right now.
Oh, that's still high, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a lot. Bro, when something is so rare that it just probably won't happen, it's so extremely unlikely. You're talking about 0.5% or less. At 3%, bro, we got to start planning for some nuclear fallout. You don't think they go blow up Washington, the other politicians that still want the old corrupt system? We're going to war, baby, if that's the case. No chance I believe we have peace from this. From, of all people, Donald Trump. Bro, he announced he was going to run again, and they tried killing him. What do you think's going to happen when he announces he now runs your country? He now owns it. He now is the supreme world leader in its true sense.
Yeah, let's have to definitely be more ketchup. I think, yeah. And yeah, and
that's crazy, right? Those
So to
stocks
put
are
it
insane, bro. But
in perspective,
okay.
to put it in perspective, Ron DeSantis is a 6% chance.
To become president?
Yep. The governor of
Bro.
Florida. But I mean, that's way more reasonable than Trump, right?
But yet the percentages are very close to each other.
Yeah.
That's, you see, okay, so that brings merit to what I was saying. It's crazy stuff, bro. This is potential scary stuff going on here. This is no one will care about the system in place. And this would be America getting pissed, or, old Britons getting pissed at the tea tax and all corruption in the British government. They came to America. I think we have something different like that. But we have no settlers. We have nowhere else to go. So I think that war starts here. And I think maybe that's why it's Trump coming after Greenland so bad. What if Greenland is the prison where they're going to send you to when you try to revolution against the new establishment? You don't think Trump has it in him to freaking create a Siberian-like prison, bro, in Greenland or Canada?
Oh, I can see it.
Being honest,
Great White North, man. That's it.
crazy.
I don't think we got even
These rabbit holes, bro.
there.
Oh man,
We got
Who
plenty of
knows,
prisons
bro?
here.
Yeah, well, that's a good topic. It's a scary topic. I don't know what happens at that moment, but it can get dangerous, man.
I don't know. I would prefer to get sent to Venezuela.
I'm gonna move Alex down
Yo.
here now too.
Yeah, Alex, you got hot mic, bro. Well, let's get to this
Let's
TA,
look
bro.
at some charts.
Let's do it. All right, 1 second. Just grabbing my charger from my PC so it doesn't die. Give me a bit. But all right, so we got coin market cap here. Hold up as always. All right. Bam. Let's go in. All right, so on coin market cap, right? These things are very important, isn't it? Fear and greed is at 12. It continues to kind of hover in those little low teen sections. We were at 9, earlier in the week. So this tells us that there's still a lot of fear in the market. That's a good thing for us, right? Believe it or not. Greed being in the 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that's scary. That's when you know you got to start taking some profits. Now, these are the levels where there's buying zones. Everything is at a discount. 67K Bitcoin, 2K Ethereum, we're slightly under. You got XRP, lost 150. BNB is heading towards its previous cycle all-time high in the 550, 600 ranges. It's a 617. Solana at $82 is definitely not healthy, but much healthier than previous bear market in which it was trading in the teens, right? So it's all there. Another reason that we could be having good bottom buying opportunities, and again, what I'm discussing is with spot, not with leverage. With leverage, we continue to short every pump because 3% with leverage will destroy you. 3% on spot won't do anything to you. So, anyways, altcoin season at 36 is what gives me that insight of what's going on here. We kind of know that people are buying more alts, which is why the altcoin season has been rating has been going up from 21, 22 to now 36 over the last 2 weeks. When we were talking about it, I announced that I had bought in Solana with an average price in the $71, $72. So, at those moments you buy because these ranking scores are low and low fear, right? So extreme fear, high fear. So we're in the, in the teens or single digit numbers. And then altcoin season was low. Those are good combinations for the buys. Now, what isn't good combinations for holding on to these forever is the fact that we're under 2.5 trillion and just kind of holding on at this 2.3 level. So very, very scared to lose 2 trillion. It's a psychological number, which will almost inevitably confirm 1.5 trillion is going to be the real target and where the whole liquidity of crypto lies. Why do I say that? Because previous bear market, we dipped to under 1 trillion. So I don't think that we can get that low again, pending something devastating like the world eventually figures out CZ is basically Thanos, right? He's the world's biggest crypto scumbag, and it's not even close. Binance has been at the helm of most criminal activity on the blockchain, from criminal launches. There's a couple guys that are really coming after CZ, one of them being Leonidas, who is a good friend of mine from socials, and he was pushing the dog token for a long time, the Bitcoin dog token. Bro, I haven't seen anyone with that much engagement, that much community being built organically. Everyone got a big old airdrop. Dude, my airdrop with them was worth, 5 figures. It was freaking awesome. So what's interesting is he was on it for the longest over the last couple years, talking about how Binance would deliberately avoid listing certain tokens if they didn't have the supply to wreck it. Dog was a free airdrop, so there was no owner, no team. No one had that supply. Well, what a surprise. Binance never listed them. Never even came close to wanting Dog on there. I think he eventually pushed Kraken and with enough social sentiment to get them to list Dog. We've seen Dog on Blowfin, a couple different exchanges, but the big one was never there. So to me, that type of FUD from one person is like, whatever. But when you have nonstop people coming after Binance, and it's been years now, and we've all kind of known this, no one makes a trip to Washington facing charges that pile on to hundreds of years and gets out of there with a 4-month sentence, $4 billion fine, and now you can go back to living your best life. It doesn't work that way. Not with America, baby. CZ signed something. He is the sacrificial lamb. That's my thought. And you're starting to really see it in all kinds of different spots that there's no other big prominent person in crypto that's this heavily surrounded with this much just human crimes. Now, in America, he did commit a ton of crimes. He messed up Binance.us. He should have just kept it to Binance, right? He probably would have been okay. But what happened, I'm sure one of his terrorists downloaded Binance.us while he was in America and used that exchange and made one connection that it's all it took to bring down CZ. Now, America brought down the CZ that we know. You know why CZ is this much of a criminal? Because he's ran by America, which we all know is a very criminal activity country. We always make fun of the Pakistanians and the Middle Easterns and the Indians for doing a lot of these scams. All those guys do is drain a wallet or two. Click this link, sir. I need $50. America will hit you with that crime that will make you lose your whole water system. Michigan will make you lose your whole financial system, right? America's a different level of criminals. And we are involved in crypto now. Y'all wanted this, DGens. Oh, ETFs, it's going to save us. Y'all wanted this, right? So now in saying that, these are the types of crimes that plague Washington and the stock market, and it has been for many, 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 many years, many decades now, actually. We're like 5-6 decades we've had these same problems. So now they're in crypto. And now people want to celebrate crypto as if it's the future. The future was before the government got involved. Now we're struggling to survive. So, Andrew, not sure if you're paying attention, but to me, your topic with this that I'm saying and where I was heading kind of lines up, dude. It's pretty nasty to just look at what the market is doing and just guess right which cryptos will be the ones you buy. Well, I buy all my favorite crap coins of choice. The key is selling them on all the pumps. So anyways, we're going to get to the charts. I really wanted to just kind of discuss some basic sentiment there for you guys so you guys can kind of see it. There's just a lot to discuss in this market. But the reality is that it's not a healthy market. It's obvious by now, but it has a chance for profits. And the reason why we know that is because you are getting these buying opportunities. Buying opportunities keep going up, right? And let's go to the USDT dominance chart here so you guys can see this. But anyways, so if you guys go a 4-hour chart, we had talked about this flag, and it looked pretty from there, right? We talked about the good areas to long, and sure enough, from there has really been solid. Now we're looking to try to set up the short. We really kind of want to, set up the chart here. Just wasn't, for whatever reason, my trading view. It's not showing up on Restream. Sorry about that, guys. Let's just stop because it won't let me replace. So maybe if I do stop and redo the whole, yeah, it's just not showing up. Trading view's not showing up. This is gross. So, guys, I'm having some technical difficulties. Can you hear me? Mic check. Can we at least get a mic check?
Yep, we got you.
Yeah, not sure what the heck. My trading view is not even populating as an option. Here, let me go to Novex. I'll just use Novex charts for now. No. Well, that's great. Yeah, no, my trading view is not showing up, bro. What those locos were live as. Okay, 1 second. I just closed down the charts, reopen trading view. See if that works. Okay. It's open. Please work. Yes, it worked. Let's go. All right, so now we have the charts. So this is what I was talking about. If you guys recall the previous trade talks and look at when these are the dates, right? On Monday. Like we start to, I start giving y'all the alpha, what we're seeing. And if you remember, I drew that little bottom there, which was a good little bounce. And then we were looking for those perfect shorts. Hence this box for Bitcoin, right? We were looking at a couple different spots, if you recall from Monday's TA. Then we talked about where the perfect spot to long would be, not all the way at the 200, because of the 4-hour. We hadn't touched it for a long time, and I didn't think we were going to get there. I was right. We didn't. Not on that first wave. So now, if you got your longs or your spot buys at these levels, right? Because when this pumps, your bags drop. When this dumps, right, your bag really just looks good, because when this chart's dumping, your bags are pumping. So right now, we start looking at these little spots and we start understanding where we're going to close our longs or close our spot buys, right? To reposition at different levels. And we talked about the long is on these levels, which we got to exactly. So if you're riding, the shorts, towards these levels, because we talked about just shorting those pops, then you're good, right? So then you long this chart. You want to start longing this chart with shorts and then shorting this chart with longs, right? On your trades, it's opposite. So once you see this little relief rally, which was expected here, again, we got it. Once that's done and it's ready to short again on this chart, then meaning that's when you're going to start doing longs again. Your long area is on these pops. You don't want a long here, DCA, and then, I'm going to get out here for break even and then miss all this. That's what people do instead of just being patient. So be patient, let this move happen. How do we know it's done? Well, we've been looking at the 2-hour chart. We went right to the 200 level, which is perfect place for now seeing that this chart's going to pump. So if you didn't close your longs and spots at these levels, it's crazy, right? Especially if you're understanding this chart. Now you're seeing these little tops, so that's okay. That's really good for us because now we can start shorting the head to the 200 one more time. We typically get these little bounces before we really look at these trends and all that fun stuff, right? So on the 2-hour chart, we don't have any bearish momentum yet, but we can when we start getting under the 8. Maybe we're under the 8 on the 1 hour. Ooh, close. So if we're not under the 8 on the 1 hour, we're definitely going to be under the 8 on the 30-minute. And sure enough, we're right there, just about at the 8. So almost even. So on the 15, for sure, we're under the 8. We are. 5-minute, we're already heading towards the 200. We are. On the 3-minute, you'll already be close to the 200, which a lot closer. And then the 1 minute for sure is already going to be towards those levels. And sure enough, right? That's how you can follow the chart one EMA at a time to see what bearishness is coming, which means you should be longing when the chart's dumping. So, in saying that, look at all this bearish crosses on the 1 minute. Right now, you got to track 1 to the 3 to the 5. Once you start losing the 8 and the 8 curls downward on every chart, that's how you know you're in a very good long, right? Because it's about to head towards the bottom. You don't want to look at bullish crosses coming up that are going to send this chart up, because then you want to be shorting, right? So then you change your mindset depending on what's upcoming. But all you see right now is bullish momentum already happened. Why? Well, that long already happened that we had talked about, right? This whole move, we knew what areas to close it. And then the shorts commence from there. So now you're just kind of waiting for it all to settle. So there's really not going to be a lot of bullish momentum things left. So you can't just bank on the little time frames giving you some bearishness, because on any one of these candles, you can see the 15-minute try to take off, right? So you want to protect yourself, but obviously take the opportunity. This is why when I would long, because this chart feels toppish, instead of longing with a lot of leverage, I'll just buy some spot or do 1 or 2x leverage. If the market, if you're wrong by 3% and you're at 3x leverage, hey, you're only down 9%. Now you can reevaluate down here and actually have a chance to, get that pop and get in profit. So all the charts that I'm looking at, nothing really is bearish or bullish. We're just absolutely neutral. 6 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, like literally going through all the charts, and you just have nothing until you get to the 3-day chart for most charts. But for Pumpy Dumpy, it was the 5-day. You already got all of it, but everything has already happened. All bullish crosses. This is it. We're near the bottom of the market. But in saying that, we're still on all these bullish crosses, and you have all these candles happening. The extra runoff liquidity and orders that is up here for them to take, those moves can still take months to happen. But that's good. A bull market lasts 2 years. A bear market lasts 2 years. We've been in a 7-month bear market. Count the candles. That's a bear market, baby. 7 of these in a row never before happened. Don't let people lie to you otherwise. So in saying that, you want consolidation at these levels. And every time you're hitting these tops, and if you're lucky in an all-time high, I'm really going risk on, because secular always seems to be the case. Big swings, because they can't max out their value if they just go one direction. They always go 2 directions, and the moves are violent. If you're a trade talk enjoyer, you've caught the violent move to the upside with us without having to risk your port. You're still in the game because you weren't just longing uncontrollably anywhere at these levels, where everybody was, because they saw this trend. Everyone thought they're technical analysis experts, and we've gone to that trend 1, 2, 5, all these times. We're gonna go there. No, enjoy your frickin' Toyota and ramen. Okay. Other people that are savvy, they can actually go out and buy things at these levels instead of like, I gotta max accumulate because I'm poor. Yeah, everyone should max accumulate where they can, but not without mixing up when to buy assets at the right times. And 5, 10x those IRL portfolios rotated into the crypto markets at the bottoms, and then ride those 10, 20, 30x portfolio bangers, which are life changing. Not, oh, I put $500 and made $8,000. $8,000 isn't going to give you a portfolio to give you a sense of frickin' intelligence, a sense of sharpness when it comes to trading. But what will is your whole port flipping because you just understood when to buy, when to sell. You start seeing these cycles and you start really moving with it. You know, I used to have my gamer tag on Black Ops 2 was recycles. The cycles word has always been something that I've liked. You guys saw me switch my PFP to Team Next Cycle here. You literally saw me change my PFP. It might have been August, actually. August, September. One of these months. I would have to time change that or timestamp that. Sorry. But I changed my PFP to Team Next Cycle. And how I was able to do that was identify that it was the end was these things. So like it's freaking insane. So I wanted to screen share this. If your Team Next Cycle, like I was, right, then right now you're max accumulating in your ways. You're taking profits from your longs and you know, and taking profits from your shorts, accumulating spot, selling spot, accumulating stables, creating yield with your stables when you're not moving it. That extra 3 to 5%, 7%, 9% is adding up. But look at that beautiful PFP that I had changed to. I didn't keep it on. I was already getting all kinds of hate, lost all kinds of friends. Your Hotto guys hated me. The I Tried guys hated me. But I was always Team Next Cycle. And now I'm telling y'all, okay, everyone now feels that, oh, well, now it's the bear market, right? Now we start selling. Now everything is backwards. No, guys. The bear market isn't over. The bear market will be here for quite a while for all this to kind of curve and head towards that lifetime trend again one day, you know, up these levels. It will happen. But that extra time, you'll find some spots in the market. Don't go for broke yet. Where you would go for broke, like, let me get this marker down. So you don't want to go for broke here. Sure, you might have timed the perfect top and absolutely freaking just went for broke. I'm putting all of it. But if it went here, you would have lost everything, right? So that's not good. This second wick here, once you saw that it went lower, you don't buy on that wick. Because again, what if it goes here? You're freaking cooked. On the next green candle, you had a month to a month and a half to really understand this is over, guys. Just how if you were to flip this chart backwards, right? Like right now, what we're trying to do is identify when this second swing is going to be. Then there will be a third swing, right? This is kind of why I had this. And if you remember, if you were on Trade Talk the other day, you saw us measure this move. Look at that. Okay. I just drew a line and measured it. That's how we got to, oh, here, I'll just do this. Makes it easier. That's how we got there. Okay. So if you're following me, you don't go for broke on this first wick where we're at. It's okay. Let's catch some longs. It's going to pull back. You got a red candle. It went sideways. Boom. And then freaking pump. Nasty. Meaning a big ass drop off. That, look at this. This nasty drop off was 1, 2, 3, 4 months of pain. Even with a retrace on one of those months, it was still a painful freaking pump the month prior. And that month was just kind of sideways if we go to the weekly. So realistically, man, this painful ass month here, you had a few times to get in, 1, 2, right? Because once you saw that, you had a few weeks to get in. Say you missed out, You missed out. You missed out. You start seeing all these wicks, man. These wicks are warnings. Pain's coming, guys. Right? I'm trying to get y'all ready so you max accumulate on this green candle type. You mass accumulate on this green candle. You mass accumulate on these wicks, right? That's going to happen this cycle. It's coming. Let's see how long that last time at these levels. How many bars did it take on a weekly? And we'll wrap up trade talk.
Oh.
So measure 1 bar. You missed it, and then boom. Okay, what are we going to do before the end of the market? You had 68 weeks, 1 year and 3 months, okay, to really accumulate for the frickin' bull market, right? And it ran and it was over. And then it pumped up and then we bought again. Dude, we've been on top of so much of this. I understood some of this even before I became a trader. But anyways, guys, I'm trying to get y'all to these levels. People kept wanting along at these bottoms. I've been telling people, just be careful from these levels nonstop. You don't long at these levels. You long high. When this chart is high, you start longing. You don't fricking do it after the move's already gone to the lifetime trend and showing massive support. Get some awareness. Be patient. Stay in the game. You'll end up making it in crypto within 3, 4, 5 years. You'll be so sharp. You'll just live for free off of free scam pumps and dumps. You'll know when to buy, when to sell. Let's quickly tap into the CME because we want to look at our gap. And sure enough, we have not closed it. But remember that low. Remember the higher low. If we get another higher low here, we're simply just zigzagging our way to the gap. I remain not bullish, right? I'm not telling you it's 100% for sure we're going to go close this gap. But what I am telling you is that these are all the signs of the making of how these gaps get closed, how we do it without letting a big ass uncontrollable pump. So I can see what this is doing as the 200 is just kind of heading here on the daily. I can see us zigzagging our way, reject 21, come back down, find a low, reject 50, come right down, and then go hit the 50, the 200, close the gap there. Look at the time. These are daily candles. If I go to the end of where I put my box and where I feel we'll meet it, that's March of 2026, right? That's basically a month from now. So I would really be looking at over the next month. You can still short all the frickin' pumps. Every pump has been easy to short since we reversed trend up there, right? These shorts weren't giving you much time before. You better have been savvy. Get the heck out. Just as if back then, if you just invert the chart, sorry, right? We're looking topish here. I want to quickly long there. But just like every time it's ever been, topish, and you get these little pullbacks, right? Boom. You get big old pumps. So this chart looks backwards. It looks a bit different. It looks more like USDT dominance. But looking at this chart, I just want y'all to understand the CME is still in a bear flag, still in danger zone, but it has potential. Now, the last thing we're going to tap in is for the 3-day charts across the board. We had all kinds of pain coming. I'm sorry, 5-day charts across the board. But for the CME, it was the 3-day because it closes. It wasn't the same. But look, 3-day, 21, that much closer to the 200. The 5-day is the one that looks like the weekly. And we're not in a good spot when we're below the 200 EMA. Looking dangerous, guys. If we go to Solana, We go to 3 and 5 day. Everything had already happened. It was the front runner. So now we're going to go to the weekly because it's what's coming. And look at this nastiness. The 21 is heading towards the 200. It's heading that much closer. And this red candle here isn't helping. Please, full moon, March 3rd. When is that? March 3rd, right here, candle. Maybe that's when we get the big old green, you know, dilly here that heads up with the CME close, right? For futures, looking at the weekly, we're right below the 200 because right, the 3 and 5 day is basically the weekly on the for futures index versus futures CME. So, anyways, we're still kind of a big gap here. It's still not sure if Bitcoin's going to go back up. But here's what I will say. This little gap here can be eviscerated rather quickly on any one of these freaking big old dumps. These freaking EMAs move extremely fast. So don't let these gaps give you a false sense of security. Doesn't guarantee you that it's there. Weekly for Ethereum, that gap is there. Ethereum's trying to front run going up. So this is why you want to look at the 3 and 5 day. And on the 5 day, the pain feels like it's on its way. 21's about to cross the 200. Here comes the 50, guys. Ethereum's just holding on, giving you a false sense of security on the daily. But the 3, 5 day, and weekly, you know, they start looking really nasty. This is a bear flag. Just be absolutely careful. I will be looking at buy zones for Solana in the 60s with heavy, heavy bounces right above 50, respecting a healthy lifetime trend, which again, this should probably be solid, but those are my predictions of where I think we're going. The total bottom of Solana, I sure hope we don't dip below $27. This blue box here, if we dip below that, it could very well just send Solana to $8 again and just create another bottom down here, just like it kind of has in past, right? 98, 99% retrace. Solana's done that numerous times. Why not again? Anyways, that's all I got for y'all. If anyone else has any market sentiment to add, please go right ahead. This is your chance. You see Massimo's requesting. I brought him up, Alex. But yeah, man, it's I like these longs and I like these scalps. And we long and we ride these waves, but just know it's coming. Hasn't stopped what's coming. So for me, I'm gonna think I'm gonna lose the whole port if I'm in uncontrollable longs nonstop. The top never comes in with just one try. Anyhow, what's up, everybody? You're good? Mic check. No, you guys all fall asleep.
I'm good, bro.
But yeah, how
The Solana chart, man, we're getting the sell off in real time.
are we? Oh, sure. We loaded up the.
Just a nasty 1 minute candle for real.
I mean, we could have loaded up. Oh no, it's pretty freaking nasty on the 5 minute, my G. Ouch. Yeah, that is a nasty 1 minute candle. Well, look, Solana's weekly looks pukish. Massimo, what's the one thing that every time you look at, you almost want to puke? Is that a day old cannoli? Like, you know, I don't know, man. But this chart should remind you of anything that makes you want to puke. This is nasty. Try warning you guys. Look nasty here on these swings. That swing high was like, it couldn't be easier, man. Sometimes TA just TAs itself. But this paired off with pumpy dumpy lifetime trend, paired off with CME topishness and exhaustion. Oh, thank you for the free money ecosystem. All right, guys. Well, Massimo, be good. I know you're trading, doing well. Alex, everybody.
Were you doing the?
Are we doing what?
Are you going to show the app?
No, because it's no the next show on the app is hey everyone go sign up, create an account. We're live. Yeah, no, the app is in beta right now. It's already going through back end testing. and that's been happening for about 4 days. I've been working on the front end, just cleaning it up and adding some more quests, making it pretty smooth. But yeah, man, I don't really want to show it now because now I'm showing like just pretty much the final stuff. So get ready for an update. It's coming. We will be deployed live within the next, I would say, 24 hours. And then at that point, obviously, if we go through bugs, this and that, by next trade talk, I want to have at least like a good 24 hours of traders trading, how our quests are looking, and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, it's in the launch stage now. So I don't really want to show that. You know, there's nothing more to show now. It's freaking launch it, baby. Good question though. Thank you. Anybody else? No. All right,
No, sir.
guys.
No, sir.
For sure. Well, Massimo, keep winning on your trades, baby. I see you cooking, dog. Just get in, get out. We're in sea green, take green territory, unless you've been on a short. You know,
That's right,
short.
baby.
Sleeping on a short has been the only profitable play this tournament. No, no. Click the short button and go to sleep. And if you're negative the next day, go back to sleep again and add to your position. Oh my goodness. Imagine, Massimo, if we would have been adding to our shorts for the last 7 months. Jeez. Look, I've made good money this cycle. And then, this next cycle, which is the bear market. But my goodness, bro, this is great stuff that our app is going to help us formulate an analytical breakdown of your portfolio, your trades, everything you do, and how to get better. I cannot wait, guys. This is something that I wish I would have built sooner. But I'm just not a magical dev. I'm a regular dev that knows good stuff. So I simplified this app for people like us that just want to watch the world go red or green. But in either market, we make freaking moolah, baby. So that's really what it comes down to. So I don't got nothing else for you. What schedule things, spaces, any tournaments, Andrew, Alex, y'all got anything here before I wrap up?
We're supposed to have the tournament tonight, but I might run a cash game instead. So I'll make a post on X, letting everybody know what's up.
Okay. Let's freaking go. How about you, Alex? I know you've been launching and doing the like recaps of trade talk and all that. Can you share a little bit about that and tell us about it and what should we be looking for? And any good highlights, like me that I kind of do the TA. Like I don't know, I haven't even seen those, like all that. So it would be cool to know the info.
Yeah, I've just been clipping the highlights every day, and then we're live in the morning to the lead up to trade talk. The clips, they're live. The clips come out on Novex, on Novex TikTok, on the Facebook group as well. I just tapped in. I'll put the links to the PG. Check it out. Give it a like. Give it a comment. Where right now?
All right. That sounds good, bro. Well, appreciate you, Alex, as always, putting in work. We're doing a all Novex on our mind all day, every day, baby. So we're heading there towards the bottom. These bottoms are great, like the full bottom. So at that point, once you find it, you accumulate, you work and ship, you grow your follower count, you grow your portfolio of work, right? Your resume. You start working on your Web3 only resume essentially during the bear market. That's what I've always done. And it's how I've always been able to just do well. So, financial freedom isn't really a number. Financial freedom is being able to make the money that you need to be good and live a happy life, take care of your friends and family and whatever, your kids, everything you got to do, right? Like all those numbers are all up to you. So financially free is really extremely hard to get to. I will always tell you that no matter what happens, man, just trade nonstop with extreme portfolio management, and you're gonna reap some insane benefits. But have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here. My Q is out of here with a song. And we'll catch you on the next trade talk on Friday. But I see some short-term pain coming. As long as we formulate those higher lows that we spoke about, I'm going to be playing these scalps for the CME gap and just making some quick bucks there. But the trend is still not our friend. That punk keeps going down.
Top down, sun going on the chrome, I'm locked in. Whole squad talking about the charts, we tapped in. Novex in my pocket, that's the high line. Turn a long week into a good sign. Used to clock in, clock out, same story. Scrolling on my phone, dreaming about a lane for me. Then I seen the candles, colors on the same screen. Game playing clean, feeling like a daydream. One tap, now I'm reading all the facts, that's grown talk. Money on a mission, I don't chase, I let it walk. Learn the levels, learn the risks, never rushing. Patience in the stash, now my future stay flushing. From the couch to the cloud, I was second guessing. Now I'm chart checking, every session is a lesson. Little win stack, that's compounding grace. Now I bring calm to a fast marketplace. No vex in my pocket, yeah, I move with ease. Smooth with the numbers like a West Coast breeze. From the lows to the highs, I just ride that wave. Turn a plan to a profit, watch the mindset raise. No vex in my pocket, put the fear on mute. Lay back, hustle with a long view route. If you feel that shift when the doubt gets loud, let the screen light up, we gon' break that cloud. Sunrise check, I ain't stressing at the open. Got a watch list built, every symbol got a motor. Wrist set tight, I ain't tryna chase hype. Discipline, drip, drip, that's a different type of life. I remember over trading, hands sweating on the pad. Now I breathe first, let the noise run past. Journal on the desk, every move, every reason. Turn loss into wisdom, that's a champion season. Group chat buzzing, everybody on the same road. Share a little game, pay it forward as it grows. See my cousin just start, eyes wide, heart heavy. Told him small size, big plan, keep steady. We don't gamble, we don't prey on the spike. We just study, set a limit, live life we like. Still barbecue, still laugh, still chill. But the future in the background, slowly getting filled. No vex in my pocket, yeah, I move with ease. Smooth with the numbers like a West Coast breeze. From the lows to the highs, I just ride that wave. Turn a plan to a profit, watch the mindset raise. No vex in my pocket, put the fear on mute. Lay back, hustle with a long view route. If you feel that shift when the doubt gets loud, let the screen light up, we gon' break that cloud. 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 More than green on the screen, it's a mind state. Mind state, mind state. We don't fold when the lines shake. We just zoom out, see the whole play. From the first small buy to the first withdraw, that's proof you can build from a little bit of all. Yeah, that's yours now. On your lane, on your route, staying tall. Yeah. OG turf, where they told us take what you can. Now it's playing what you keep, let it work in your hand. Neighborhood kids see me scroll, asking what I'm watching. Just some candles and some patience, little bro, that's options. I ain't selling dreams, I'm just showing them the process. Tiny daily steps, same time, that's progress. It ain't overnight, but it's over time. And over doubt, over fear, over every old line. Now my mom more calm, bills paid on the first. I'm a toast to the charts that reverse that curse. Still the same me, white tee, same sneakers. But the balance say I leveled up the speaker. Look, if you lost, we can learn.